Storing desserts with the House of Gamaliel.
Objectives: know why we need to store our desserts. Second, know what kind of practices we need to do to store our desserts. Third, know the sanitary practices for storing desserts. Then lastly, know what are the possible equipment and packaging for storing desserts. But why do we need to store our desserts? It's important to store desserts because storing desserts safely is crucial to prevent the growth of bacteria and avoid food poisoning. Proper storage keeps dessert fresh, tasty, and safe to eat. What are the guidelines for storing desserts? Firstly, storage guidelines for floral desserts. Second, refrigeration for dairy-based desserts. Third, general storage tips. And fourth, specific dessert storage.
1. Storage guidelines for raw desserts. Clean sealed containers. Keep raw desserts in clean sealed containers on the fridge bottom shelf. This prevents them from touching or dripping onto other foods. 2. Refrigeration for dairy-based desserts. Dairy cakes and pies. Always refrigerate dairy-based cakes and pies, such as cheesecakes, lemon cream pies, and cookies with uncooked dairy fillings like whipped cream or cream cheese.
On the other hand, we have here 3 general storage tips. Proper containers. Store dessert in appropriate containers to prevent odors from other food from affecting their flavor. Consumption timeline. Generally, consume dessert within 3 days unless otherwise specified. Dessert with perishable ingredients like cream or eggs are at a higher risk of contamination. Fresh fruit dessert. Consume desserts with fresh fruit within 2 days, as the fruit will start to break down and affect the overall quality.
Specific dessert storage. Tarts. Store tarts in the fridge and bring them to room temperature before consuming. Consume within 2 days. Macarons. Place macarons in airtight container or plastic tray. Wrap them with plastic wrap and store them in the fridge for up to 5 days. They can be stored in the refrigerator up to 2 weeks. Air exposure. To keep dessert fresher, use airtight containers to maximize air exposure. Milk. Refrigerate milk at around 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius and protect it from sunlight to prevent its vitamin B content. Consumed within 3 days. Gelatins. Avoid freezing gelatins unless their fat content is high, as in some ice cream. Do not deep freeze gelatins pudding for more than 4 days. Hard custard. Store hard custard in the coolest part of the refrigerator to prevent bacterial activity even if there are no visible signs of spoilage. Nake cakes. Keep nake cakes in airtight container or wrap them in a layer of plastic wrap to prevent drying out. Refrigeration can dry them out, so ensure they are well protected.
Sanitary practices when storing desserts. Handle food properly to prevent spoilage and contamination. Wash utensils and equipment thoroughly. Avoid handling food when ill. Store foods and ingredients properly. Safeguard food during distribution and service.
Handling food properly to prevent spoilage and contamination. Proper food handling is essential to prevent harmful bacteria and spoilage. Wash hands, use clean utensils, and avoid cross-contamination by keeping raw and baked desserts separate. Wash utensils and equipment thoroughly, ensuring that all utensils and equipment are thoroughly cleaned and sanitized before use. This helps maintain the quality and safety of the dessert. You should avoid handling food when you're ill. If you're unwell, Stay out of food preparation areas to avoid spreading illnesses or bacteria through desserts, and it can be a risk to others. Maintaining good personal hygiene and staying home when sick help protect everyone. Store foods and ingredients properly. Store food and ingredients at the right temperature to prevent spoilage and contamination. Use airtight containers and refrigerate as necessary. Guard food during distribution and service. When distributing food and serving food, use clean utensils, keep food covered, and maintain proper temperatures to prevent bacterial growth.
Equipment for storing desserts. Refrigerator, freezer, label maker, thermometer, food storage containers.
Refrigerator, essential for keeping desserts cool and extending their shelf life. Label maker, helps in labeling and dating stored desserts to track freshness. Thermometer, ensures the refrigerator and freezer are at the correct temperatures for optimal storage. Food storage containers, various sizes and shapes to accommodate different types of desserts.
Packaging materials for storing desserts. Airtight containers, plastic wrap, aluminum foil, plastic trays, Ziploc bags, cake domes.
Airtight containers, deal for preventing air exposed and maintaining freshness. Plastic wrap, great for wrapping individual slices or covering desserts to keep them moist. Aluminum foil, used for covering larger desserts and protecting them from external odors.
Plastic trays, handy for storing delicate items like macarons.
Ziploc bags, perfect for storing smaller dessert and cookies.
Cake domes, excellent for protecting frosted cakes and keeping them fresh.
Always remember to properly storing dessert is crucial to prevent spoilage and contamination. Ensure they remain safe and delicious to enjoy.